Alabama. I may have misunderstood that. I thought they said up to 1 foot an hour. That's a lot. It's not as much as they got in South Arkansas, though. That's a disaster down there around Dumas, 10 or 15 miles north of Matt. He's getting all the drainage pretty much has to come through him, so they've got crops that have been underwater. I mean, it's probably 10 days, and there's just no good outcome. It's gonna take it a week to dry out probably. Then you gotta go up and clean up the mess. Sure, every situation is different, but I mean, it's not good. In farming, it always seems to revolve around the weather. We've been wet on and off, on and off. We finally got our crop in. We're down to double crop beans. It definitely could be worse. I guess we'll get out of here and y'all just come along for the ride. I've got a gut feeling this is gonna be a good year. The farmer is the eternal optimist.
We farm together as a family. If we all put our heads together, I don't know what we couldn't achieve.
Hopefully we hit 90 bushel. I think we could do it. Just have healthy plants and a good return on investment.
One of the worst things about farming is making a decision on planting depth. 1/4 of an inch on your depth, sometimes you won't get a stand.
As you can see, my pinky ring's empty, so obviously I didn't win. With this class of guys that's in Podfathers, I mean, anyone could win.
So here we are, June, or is it around the 20th? It's gonna be about 93 degrees today. We're spraying soybeans that are up. That's pretty much done. We are planting our double crop beans. We've got a few late beans that we'll be spraying some pre-emerge on it, actually. So the water just got off of them earlier this week, and we slipped there and got them planted. So the end's in sight. We can see the light at the end of the tunnel for easier days, but it just all comes together. A lot of management going on. Why don't we run out and just look at some beans that are coming along pretty nice. We'll go look at some 15-inch beans that were planted early there. We got some that are a little bit later, that they're on 30-inch rows. They're probably R1 stage. A lot going on. We just left the office. We're gonna go to the farm shop. We got one tractor came in, needs some plows. They'll get those swapped out pretty quick. He's part of the planting crew on this double crop stuff. Looks like he's taking a pipe somewhere. Where's this going? South of the barn? Oh. Forgot about that. Beavers messed up a pipe last winter and we just dug it out, so now we got to replace it. One of those things that slipped through the cracks. We got to irrigate the corn, so we need the crossing or the pipe in so the irrigation system can get across the ditch, but we should have that fixed sometime today. That's what, this time of year, all the little things got to come together. Everything we forgot, everything we screwed up. You know, we screw up a lot. All right, where's my truck? All right, just leave it running. We're gonna go. Where's the dog? So these are some of the earliest beans we've had. They're on 15-inch rows. They're a 4 non-maturity. Stands great, probably 110 to 120,000, probably 115. Field's clean, R1 to R2 stage. We've got some blooms down there, some that are dropped off, so we'll be getting some pod set soon, I hope. Of course, we started with the Monty's Carbon, the Calcium Plus. Monty's has been in the humic acid business, gosh, since the beginning of time. It started with Monty Justice in the 90s. I mean, they were the first voice out there talking about all the benefits of humic acid. I'm a firm believer. I've been with them for, gosh, 12 years. Great results. I mean, the soil health, unparalleled, unmatched. They are the leader. So back to these beans. Yeah, I don't anticipate any problem there. The way they look now, they ought to easily make 80 to 90 bushels. May surprise me, may do a little better, just depends on the weather we have. So I can tell he's loaded because the tail's set down a little bit. We're busy, it's that time of year. Look at all the roots. Look at this, that thing's out there almost a foot. Look at all the nodules. That is what the inoculant does for you. If we look close enough, we can usually see some little black nodules, and those are the ones that are native to our soils. But these big fat white ones that are producing the nitrogen for the beans are the ones that the inoculant gives us. There's nothing that needs saying about this except that's impressive. This is ABM right here. So our inoculant here is a Graphex by ABM. I mean, I've been with them forever. And then we can apply it either as a hopper box, as a dry product with the Graphex, or Marauder is their liquid product. It can just be go in with the seed treatment. So we got seed treatment of 3 fungicides, 1 insecticide, plus our inoculant. I mean, this is nothing I can say. The proof lies in the picture. All right, sprayers and planes coming. There goes a plane. I think we've got a few minutes before the sprayer passes by. We're gonna go up the road and look at some beans. Age-wise, they're probably a month old. They're in 30-inch rows. So these have been in 15-inch rows. We're gonna look at some 30-inch rows. They look pretty nice. I hadn't looked at them in a while, so it'll be a surprise for all of us.
Estes Concaves has made a big difference for us. I would safely say we've increased our capacity by 1,000 bushel per hour.
Guaranteed to get it done right there. I will win.
Give Estes a try.
I'm very fortunate that I've been working with Concept Agritech now for 4 years. We have 12 Concept Agritech plots out right now.
Man, this is like drinking water. It does that much for you.
Back at Podfathers again. Thanks for coming. We're at Dell Brothers over here across the bridge. I'm helping mentor some younger generation guys. It's Greg Dell, and we're trying to improve his yields. Brought some products over that we're going to blend. We're going to do that, and we're going to see where this goes. Is he in here trading grain right now?
He's probably selling your carbon credits.
I hope he is. That's what I need. This is very nice.
Yep. It's where I watch every episode.
Podfather.
Right here, baby, on the big screen.
CornWarriors. Who works in here testing grain?
My dad.
So he does everything. So he's marketing and he's testing every load.
He's unloading it all. Yep.
Really?
Yep.
I always rag on him for not working. It seems like he's doing like 6 jobs.
He takes care of, well, you know, every truck comes across them scales right there, and he takes care of all of it.
All right,
Yep.
go see if he's off the phone.
He's probably jibber-jabbering in there.
Is he really?
Oh, yeah.
Did you find anything about carbon credits yet?
I'm working on it. I actually emailed a guy yesterday looking into the marketing part of it, and he's going to get back to me.
Well, you want to take these guys around and show them around and tell them what you do here?
Sure.
We generally have a stronger basis than most areas because we're the closest to the chickens and the population,
And there's not as much of it.
yeah, and there's not as much corn, so if you got to rail corn into here, it's going to cost probably more than what they're buying it from us for.
Where does most of your beans go? Does it all still go to the chicken industry?
Most of our beans the last 2 years have gone to export.
Have you ever thought about filling seed containers here and shipping them out?
all the time. And we don't have the labor to do that right now. Well, I think we all try to think what we're going to do next when we get another group of family members in here.
It's all about the next generation.
Yeah.
Yep. And he's gonna go screw off with us today. You good with that?
It's a normal day.
Yeah, that's fine.
It's kind of like normal day.
You got a mouse in there? There it is. Sure enough, there wasn't.
Are we really hunting mice right now?
Yeah.
Oh, there he comes, right here.
It's right here.
Look. He got him.
He got him.
I told you he's the best cat we ever had. Let's take a quick look at this building up here before you go, and then I'll go back to what I was doing. So this is our flat storage. Fill it from corn from end to end, and we also store our seed in here.
So you just run dry corn in and then pull plates up as you need?
Yes. Pretty slick idea, really.
It's really an awesome idea.
I just wish it was taller.
Do you worry about some spoilage, some molding?
It can, but we've gotten better since we put them 2 big fans in the end.
Just to pull air through the building.
Pulls air, and if it gets a little moisture on, from sweating, it keeps it flowing out.
All right, let's go look at some beans.
Okay.
Thank you, buddy. I appreciate it.
No problem. I appreciate what you're doing for Greg.
We're gonna go the plots right here.
And you can go out the end of this building and look down over. Well, that's all corn. Never mind. That's all corn back there.
You don't even know what's playing there anyway. There's nothing wrong with that.
We want the bottom canopy to be healthy with a good fungicide. We use Revitec on it.
But on our farm, we got to average a 6 bushel better with the Revitec fungicide than any other fungicide.
We got some Monty's product. We use it in a lot of other crops. It's a changer.
We focus on things that complement soil biology, things that complement soil health.
It just keeps giving back. So we moved down the road a couple of miles, and now we're in some 30-inch beans. And as a reminder, we do a lot of furrow irrigation in the South. We put these in 30-inch rows so we can irrigate the soybeans down the middle. So what we've got here, though, this is a 3-9 maturity. They're about a month old, probably not quite a month old. And I looked in here, and they are still at vegetative. I did not find a bloom. They look great. They're just not in any reproductive stage yet. We've sprayed them once. You know, these are extend beans. So we use the Ingenia on these with some more residuals. We'll probably have to come back one more time. And in that post-application, we use some foliar fertilizers. That's why there's some speckling on the leaves, a little bit, a little burn. But, and that could be from the foliar fertilizer or the residual herbicide. Sometimes it'll cause a little burn. Nothing to be worried about. They'll grow out of this in a few days, and they're well on their way. Population's nice. We probably planted these at 130,000 and got 120 up. Had plenty of moisture when we planted these. Back to consistency. We got to be consistent in yield. It's not all about record yield, it's just consistent. So in our program with the humic acids, the Monty's Calcium Plus, the leaf, but just look at the leaf size. I mean, they're almost as big as my hand on these young soybeans. So good, healthy plants. These beans have inoculant as well, the Graph-X or the Marauder ABM product. Do I use supplemental nitrogen? I have in the past, but I don't as a habit. And you say, why? Well, this is following corn, and we put out plenty of nitrogen on the corn, so there should be some residual nitrogen. We put out a lot of poultry litter, so it's always breaking down, releasing more nitrogen. On my farm, I don't believe that to exceed 100 bushels, I need to put out any supplemental nitrogen. I may be wrong, but again, the math, I made over 100 bushels numerous times and never applied supplemental nitrogen. Maybe that's what's capping me at the 113, 115, but I have seen yields out here in the 130s. So we're at Chester's Barbecue, and I'll have another plate with some ribs too. All right.
You're the man, sir. Thank you, Chester.
So we're here late this morning, and with Kyle Ridings. He's been at Broadview, pilot for I guess going on his 5th season. We're talking about a little fungicide, Revitec in particular. So soybean fungicide. We've already looked at beans this morning, and we've got some at R1, and R2. So the ones at R2 are approaching fungicide application. I like to go a little early for the plant health benefits. Gives us 3 modes of protection for season-long control. And what we like about it is it's easy to handle, easy to mix. We can put our fertility products in there. It can go out as low as 2 gallons an acre. The biggest benefit is season-long disease control, plus the added 6 bushels to the acre benefit. So if beans are $14 or $12, you know, 6 bushels, that's $72. Well, this, including the application, should be certainly less than 20. So that's about a 4 to 1 return on your investment. It'll keep your beans healthy, disease-free through harvest. It's been a short day for the Podfathers here in Gregory, Arkansas. We've gotten several things accomplished. We looked at some good-looking soybeans. What we were most impressed by was the nodules on the plants coming along nicely. So feeling good about that. Everything's falling in place for late June. I feel like we're about 10 days late, but we're not so late we can't recover. It's been a great day here working with the Podfathers, and y'all have a safe trip. Until next time.
Improve germination in your fields with the Germinator Closing Wheel from Farm Shop MFG. Our spike design with inner rim shoulder firmer seals your seed with a firm vein of soil, providing maximum seed-to-soil contact. In low moisture conditions, this vein of firmness has the added benefit of wicking moisture up from the ground, creating the ideal environment for maximum germination. For more info and to order a set of Germinator Closing Wheels for your planter, visit farmshopmfg.com.
Where are we going to? The best part of the field?
I was just going to go in the middle.
Oh, gotcha.
You know what I mean?
You're not cherry picking like me.
No.
Where's the cherry pick spot?
Honestly,
I'm going straight for that spot.
I mean, this is pretty much as good as you're going to get. It's as cherry picked as you're going to get.
All right. I just need to know that.
The regeneration is unbelievable. I mean,
That's
like I say, look at this. So these were, you can see all the nips on them, and they're ticking right along. Now they're not as big, obviously, as the ones that aren't 8 on, but
generally you would never, ever spray the outside turn row where there's deer damage because you're like, it's getting wiped out. Maybe you know, some of this stuff is the regeneration, like you're saying, make it come back, and maybe you actually can grow a crop
you
around the edges where we don't now.
Right.
You know, you're 0 to 10 bushel around the outside edge.
A lot of it has to do with we've had, you know, fairly good rainfall this year, which helps obviously helps the crop grow back anyway. But I'm saying that since we've been messing with this plot, that the turnaround is unbelievable.
All right, let's walk out here in the middle. Let's see what we got.
I can't have any of these knocked down.
Did you say don't knock them down?
Don't walk through them like I'll walk through yours.
Yeah, because you like trip through mine. I mean, I'm looking around, I'm trying to find like every plant, but every plant's branched.
Right.
Even when they're on top of each other, every plant's still got branching.
Yeah, absolutely.
Is the ground hard?
I gotta get 2 feet on a hole. Yeah, it's hard.
This is so much different than my ground. See, if you had that, I mean, this would, on our side, would feel like massive compaction. These roots are going everywhere. I'm just ripping it off.
You asked about how different when I do dig them. The nodules, I mean, we're loaded up compared to other things that I do.
Really?
Most of the other are general
so you
production
think
acres.
Between, I mean, the carbon and the sugar and the different things, you think that we're actually promoting nodulation?
Absolutely, yeah.
Big time. You've got some good branching here, and I mean, on every branch, even this little teeny tiny one, I mean, you're getting ready to start setting pins on all of them. Blossoms look good.
Certainly come along pretty nice for being 15-inch rows. I mean, I see branching like that in our 30-inch rows.
Yeah.
But being 15-inch rows and look like that,
yeah,
they're pretty phenomenal.
I'm pretty impressed. We used the Bonnie's paddock once.
That's right.
And then we used Corey Atlays once. Right. So I have stream tips for my sprayer. I sent him over here with Greg, and we put on a high phosphorus blend with a bunch of carbon and sugar and other stuff. And since he was a no-till situation and he doesn't have the ability to put an in for a product or a starter on like I do, I was trying to facilitate it to still be able to manage his similar to what I manage, so we could kind of equal the playing field. And then, to be honest with you, what we did with streaming, I feel like it worked.
Oh, I would definitely say so.
Yeah, I feel like it really worked.
I streamed them basically as we would have, as it would have been in furrow. I went right with the Rhodes.
And then you planted on the same exact line.
I streamed them over top of the planting.
Oh, you planted it first and then streamed it.
I streamed it right behind it as soon as it got done. I streamed it.
So it's right there.
Yeah.
So it looks like it worked. Everything looks awesome. Good job, Bean Baby.
And this field was obviously no-till, and there were cows on it in the spring, so.
I was more concerned about that than what.
Did I have you worked up?
You had me worked up. You had me worked up.
I had you scared.
Yeah. Backspin, it can just go on regular, so all we gotta do is blend some sugar and carbon, that's it. I hope both of these fit in the truck. Oh, Bonnie's. Oh, we're good anyway.
You also ought to tighten the one down on that one up there, because we'll lose that for sure.
The other one? Watch your fork sticking out the end. Put it down. You're good. All right. Off we go. So these are two products that we blended together, alleviate some of that stress. The other one, we're gonna burn them back prior to that. Yeah, we ought to put some kind of straps on there. All right, we're ready to go. All right, Greg, thanks for the visit. I appreciate you having me over today. You look like you're doing a great job. Things really made a lot of improvement. I'm really impressed with what's going on so far.
Things have certainly turned around and kept rolling since we applied what we've been putting on.
Yeah, you guys could use a little bit of rain over here, but you guys are pretty good shape.
Yeah.
God's country is what you tell me it is. That's over exactly here. You get rain all the time.
Yep, it just funnels in here.
All right, well, we're gonna get out of here.
All right.
Try to run with these boys that can go 150 bushel. Modulation on it is excellent.
I'm scared of Corey now. I think we poked a bear last year.
Time for him to die.